Hello everyone, welcome back to the HSE Coach. Today we are going to discuss a very important industrial safety topic, isolation and its types. If you work in the oil and gas, petrochemical, refinery, power plant, construction, or manufacturing industry, you have probably heard the terms isolation, primary isolation, and positive isolation. However, many safety professionals, engineers, supervisors, and technicians are still confused about what isolation actually means, what the difference is between primary isolation and positive isolation, and when each method should be used. In today's video, I will explain all of these concepts in simple language with practical industrial examples. Make sure you watch this video until the end, because I will also share some important practical points that are useful for both site work and safety interviews. So, let's get started.
First of all, let's understand what isolation is. Mechanical isolation is a safety method used to separate equipment, vessels, machines, or pipelines from hazardous process energy before maintenance, inspection, cleaning, or repair work begins. The main purpose of isolation is to protect workers from coming into contact with hazardous chemicals, pressure, or other dangerous process energy. Please note that in this video we are discussing mechanical process isolation, not electrical isolation. Let's understand this with a simple example. Imagine there is a storage tank containing a hazardous chemical. A maintenance team needs to enter the tank to carry out cleaning work. If the inlet pipeline is not isolated before the work begins, hazardous chemicals could suddenly flow into the tank while workers are inside. This could result in a serious or even fatal accident. To prevent this, the inlet of the tank is isolated before anyone enters, ensuring that no hazardous chemical or process fluid can enter the tank during maintenance. This is what we call mechanical isolation. The same principle applies when maintenance is performed on pipelines, pressure vessels, heat exchangers, pumps, compressors, or any other process equipment.
Now, the question is, why is isolation so important? The answer is simple: because isolation saves lives. Without proper isolation, hazardous chemicals can leak, pressure can be released unexpectedly, toxic gases can escape, fires or explosions can occur, and workers may suffer serious injuries or fatalities. That is why almost every oil and gas company, refinery, petrochemical plant, and major industrial facility requires proper isolation before maintenance work begins.
Now let's discuss the types of mechanical isolation. Mechanical isolation is mainly divided into two categories. The first is primary isolation. The second is positive isolation. Let's begin with primary isolation. Primary isolation is a method where process flow is stopped by operating isolation valves. In this method, the pipeline or spool piece is not physically removed. The equipment is isolated from the process simply by closing the required valves. Primary isolation is generally used for routine maintenance or low-risk activities, depending on the company's procedures and the results of the risk assessment.
There are three common methods of primary isolation. The first method is single block isolation. In this method, only one isolation valve is closed to stop the process flow. This is the simplest isolation method and is generally suitable for low-risk activities. However, if that valve develops internal leakage, hazardous process fluid may still reach the equipment. For this reason, single block isolation is usually not considered sufficient for high-risk maintenance work. The second method is double block isolation. In this method, two independent isolation valves are closed. If the first valve leaks internally, the second valve provides an additional level of protection. This makes double block isolation much safer and more reliable than single block isolation. The third method is double block and bleed, commonly known as DBB. This is considered the most effective method of primary isolation. In this arrangement, two block valves are closed, and a bleed valve is located between them. After both block valves are closed, the bleed valve is opened to safely release any trapped pressure or process fluid between the two valves. Even if the first valve leaks slightly, the pressure is safely discharged through the bleed valve instead of reaching the equipment. This is why double block and bleed is considered a high-integrity primary isolation method.
Now let's move on to positive isolation. Positive isolation is considered the safest method of mechanical isolation. Instead of simply closing valves, positive isolation creates a physical separation between the equipment and the process line. In other words, the process connection is physically broken. Positive isolation is commonly achieved using two methods. The first method is blinding. The second method is spool removal or pipe disconnection. Let's begin with blinding. In this method, a solid metal blind is installed between two pipeline flanges. This blind completely blocks the flow of process fluid. Some of the most common types of blinds used in industry include spectacle blind, spade blind, slip plate, and blind flange. These devices create a solid physical barrier that prevents hazardous chemicals or gases from reaching the equipment. Now let's discuss spool removal. A spool piece is simply a section of pipeline. In this method, the spool piece is completely removed, or a section of the pipeline is disconnected. Where required, the open end is secured using a blind. Once the spool is removed, there is no physical connection between the process line and the equipment. Because of this complete physical separation, spool removal is considered one of the safest and most reliable methods of positive isolation. Now let's compare primary isolation and positive isolation. Primary isolation uses valves to stop the process flow. Positive isolation creates a physical separation between the process and the equipment. In primary isolation, the pipeline remains connected. In positive isolation, the spool piece or pipe section is removed, or a blind is installed. Primary isolation depends on the integrity of the isolation valves. Positive isolation depends on a physical barrier. For this reason, positive isolation is generally preferred for high-risk activities, such as confined space entry, vessel entry, hydrocarbon line cutting, major shutdown maintenance, and other critical process work. Now, let's discuss one more important point. Isolation alone is not enough. After isolation has been completed, lockout tagout, or LOTO, must also be applied. The purpose of LOTO is to prevent anyone from accidentally operating the equipment or opening the isolation valves while maintenance work is in progress. After LOTO is applied, the isolation must be verified. The team should confirm that the correct valves have been closed, all pressure has been released, the bleed process has been completed, any required blinds have been installed, spool removal has been carried out correctly, and all permit to work requirements have been satisfied. Only after successful verification should maintenance work begin. So let's quickly summarize what we learned today. We learned what mechanical isolation is, why isolation is important, the two main types of isolation, the three methods of primary isolation, single block isolation, double block isolation, double block and bleed. We also learned what positive isolation is, how blinding works, what spool removal is, and the key differences between primary isolation and positive isolation. Always remember these two important points. Primary isolation uses valves to isolate the process. Positive isolation creates a physical separation between the process and the equipment. And finally, always remember the golden rule of maintenance safety. No isolation, no maintenance. If you found this video helpful, please like the video, share it with your colleagues, and if you are new to the HSE Coach, don't forget to subscribe and press the notification bell so you never miss our latest safety training videos. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay compliant, and I'll see you in the next video.